Shalom, shalom, all praises, honor, glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone, peace and blessings to you fellow brothers pushing out this word in truth and in sincerity. Shabbat Chanak, coming back with another sit-down lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. The title of this lesson is going to be Black Hebrew Israelites according to Wikipedia. Okay, Black Hebrew Israelites, according to Wikipedia. This inspiration of this video actually came from actually yesterday, which was Wednesday. Today's Thursday, and the whole thing with that the guy saying Shalom and pulling out a gun on Mike Tyson. I'm not sure if it was on Mike Tyson or in somebody else, but Mike Tyson was there, and then he says Shalom, which certain men believe that could be set up, which it could very well be set up, as far as it to demonize the Israelites. We understand that the demonization is coming, as well as on the YouTube they have the transcripts now, so whatever you say they have the exact words, and it's being put into a database. We understand that, we know that. We really actually been speaking about that for years from our apostles and elders. We know these things are coming. More false flags, more a demonization of the Hebrew Israelite movement, what they call Hebrew Israelism. Okay, so what happened was I started to I just Googled, I just did a couple of Google, and I just put Black Hebrew Israelite, because that's what they label us as, Black Hebrew Israelites. And let's see what Wikipedia says about this movement. Okay, believe you, Esau Edom, he knows about this movement. He's been studying this movement, and he can go into the history about it. That's why you have guys like Vocab Malone. Okay, let's just go right into it. A few points in here that I kind of want to touch on. Nothing crazy. I was going to do this video yesterday. The spirit is now on me to be able to do it now. So this is Black Hebrew Israelites according to Wikipedia. I'm on wikipedia.com. It says Black Hebrew Israelites, not to be confused with Beta Israel, Jews from Ethiopia. Right? You have the Falasha Jews, which the so-called Ethiopians, which those are not Israelites. Okay, those are the heathen. Well, they call them Falasha, which means false. Okay, so let's read. Black Hebrew Israelites, also called Hebrew Israelites. So they understand that there's certain groups, and they're going to go into it, how certain groups do not label themselves as Black Hebrew Israelites. But of course, they're going to keep that label on us, that black. They're going to continue to keep that black on us, because we know black. Let's look at a definition of black. Is it's negative. Okay, it's a negative connotation with the word black. Being of the color black, which we're not black, we're actually brown. There is no such thing as a black person. Producing or reflecting comparatively little light and having no predominant hue. When that doesn't make any sense, because hue, which goes back into the word color. Okay, Esau actually calls us colored. He's the one, Esau Edom, who has no color. Okay, has no hue. Okay, he's the so-called white man, the Edomites. They are they're pigment. They have no pigment. They have no melanin. All nations are really dark nations. Okay, having little or no light. Of or belonging to a racial group having brown to black skin, especially one of African origin. And there's more. Right, come down here, look at this. Evil, wicked, see that? Evil and wicked. So this is why they continue, and they're not going to stop. Okay, they're not going to stop labeling us, as black. All right, we denounce being black, okay? Because that's not a nationality. That's an actual color. And you can see this color here. This font, this color is black. It's dark. Now you have certain brothers that are very dark, Kadar, okay? But we are not actual black people. We are Israelites, okay? Hebrew Israelites, Yasha Allah, to be exact. He is a prince of the power, okay? But you see how the word black is synonymous with evil and wicked. When you say, oh, there was a black man with a hoodie on, what is the first thing you think of? You think of something that's evil and wicked. Okay, he's gonna rob you. He has a gun. You know, he's gonna do this. He's gonna rape you, right? Evil and wicked. Let's look at the word white. Okay. Let me see what they have here. Let's see. Right. Free from spot or blemish, such as, right? Free from moral impurity. This is from Merriam-Webster's dictionary. Innocent, the pure white heart of the devout. So you can see how white is synonymous, which in the scriptures as well. Okay, righteousness. Okay, and black is synonymous with darkness and evil. So they're going to continue to put that label on us, black, when we're actually brown and we're not a color. We are a nationality. We are the Israelites. But they're going to, of course, like I said, they're going to continue to say that we are black Hebrew Israelites, okay, not Hebrew Israelites. Which, when we come back to this article, they go into it a little bit. Let's just read some into it, okay? It says black Hebrew Israelites, also called Hebrew Israelites, black Hebrews, right? Black Israelites, and African Hebrew Israelites. So there's so many different, labeling on this movement, okay? Are groups of African Americans, right? So are we black or are we African Americans? So that's another term. Well, you know what? That's what we'll do. We'll get we'll get Deuteronomy, and we'll go into the curse. Why are we being called these words? Okay. Well, it goes back into the curse. Okay. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, a byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee. Okay, you go over there to the Ukraine, you're going to be called a nigger. Okay, you go over to China, they're going to call you a nigger. You go to South Africa, they're going to call you a nigger. They might not say nigger, but it's going to be a so-called, the word nigger in their language. A katha, I forget how they said it in South Africa, a katha, which is like if a brother knows, okay, you can put it on the comment board, in a comment, but they have a word for you Jakes, okay, as basically slaves. It's a well-known fact that you Israelites are slaves. You are descendants of slaves, okay, starting with you so-called Negroes, okay, but let me read it again. And thou shalt become astonishment, a proverb. Okay, let's look at a word proverb. What is a proverb? Well, a proverb is a Negro, or you're being called Negro, you're being called black, you're being called nigga. Okay, a byword. Let's actually look at word byword. It doesn't really say anything. A taunt, a byword. I'm gonna look up the word byword just in a dictionary. A proverbial saying, one that personifies a type. Okay, a frequently used word or phrase. Okay, black. Okay, African American, Negro, Hispanic. Okay, Puerto Rican. Okay, and they call themselves white, which means righteous and pure. But I mean, that's pretty much it on that. We get the gist of that. Okay, let me just go back into this article. Okay. I have some other articles. You see, you remember this guy, right? This dude's completely set up. You can see it in his eyes. Okay. right? It says, are groups of African Americans who believe that they are the descendants of the ancient Israelites. Some subgroups believe that the Native and Latin Americans are descendants of the Israelites as well. So they know that we don't just say, so-called black people are, just the Israelites. You have groups out there that do that though, so-called black Israelites, and they call themselves black. That's the crazy thing about it. These Israelites that know that they're Israelites, okay, somewhat so-called, I would say, they have a zeal, but not according to knowledge. Okay, they call themselves black and only Negro only Israelites, right? You got Old Testament only Israel. It's a lot of sects, which was going on during the time of Yahushua. You had the Pharisees, you had the Sadducees, you had the lawyers, you had all type of groups of people, okay, that knew that they were Israelites, but they had certain different beliefs, okay. But they even know that there's some subgroups that believe the Native and Latin Americans are descendants of the Israelites as well, okay? And that's the truth, okay? You so-called natives of America, Central South America, okay, what you would call, indigenous peoples, okay, as well as what they will call so-called Latinos, which are spread throughout North Central South America, okay? You are Israelites as well. You are the 10 tribes, okay? You are the northern kingdom, starting with Ephraim. You got Ephraim, Manasseh, Simeon, Gad, Reuben, Asher, Naphtali, Zebulun. Okay, I think I might have covered them all. Simeon. Black Hebrew Israelites combine elements of their teaching from a wide range of sources. To varying degrees, Black Hebrew Israelites incorporate certain aspects of the religious beliefs and practice of both Christianity and Judaism. Which Christianity and Judaism, they're speaking about Edomite Christianity and Edomite Judaism, which those are religions. Okay? Christianity is not in the Bible. That is a made-up religion. Okay? Though they have created their own interpretation of the Bible. So we just, from our apostle elders, their elders before them, they just, took it upon themselves just to create a different interpretation. Okay, no, Esau is mad that their interpretations or their breakdowns are being destroyed. Let me bring out a scripture. We can bring in many scriptures. Jeremiah, I think it's 1. Right, Jeremiah 1:10. It says, "See, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms." Okay, this was told to Jeremiah. Okay, because he was the Lord said you were going to be a prophet unto the nations. Okay, to root out, okay, and to pull down, what? The lies, okay, the strongholds that are on the people's minds. Okay, white and black, that's a stronghold. African American, that's a stronghold that has our people in, the grips, okay, our people's minds, okay, to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant. Okay, so this is the job of the prophet. And what are we're building as well. Not only are we tearing down the lies of Esau, Edom, we're also building up the minds of the elect. Okay, through these epistles, through these breakdowns, okay, because we're taking what we see in the world, okay, such as this article here, and we're filtering it through the precepts the correct way, okay, and this Wikipedia is really to demonize and to downplay the Hebrew Israelite. Watch what they say, because they're saying that we took a whole bunch of different teachings from this, from that. Then created our own interpretation of the Bible. Okay, it says, and other influences include Freemasonry and New Thought, for example. Where in the hell is that? Where can you point out that the Hebrew Israelites, okay, their doctrine, what they call the Black Hebrew Israelites, their doctrine is a mix of Christianity, Judaism, okay, their own input, their own thoughts, okay, as well as Freemasonry and New Thought. I'm not really sure what New Thought is. Let me see. New Thought movement is a spiritual movement which coalesced in the United States in the early 19th century. New Thought was preceded by Ancient Thought. It is some BS, okay? Some BS. They're gonna sprinkle some good things in there, and then of course they're gonna inject their BS in there, okay, as well. This is what the devil does, because somebody that doesn't has never heard of the Hebrew Israelites or the Black Hebrew Israelites, you type it in. This is one of the first things that's going to pop up. Many choose to identify as Hebrew Israelites or Black Hebrew Israelites. See, so they know that there's certain of us that call ourselves Hebrew Israelites, and we don't subscribe to Black Hebrew Israelites. Okay, you got so-called white-looking brothers in the camps, that look like Edomites, but their spirit is an Israelite. So that right there, it cuts. That cuts the so-called black. And then we'll tell you straight up, we're not black. We are the Hebrew Israelites, okay? And you Edomites, you are Hebrew Edomites. Rather than Jews in order, which we are the true, Judah, Yahwedites, okay, of the Bible, in order to indicate their claim historic connection. Black Hebrew Israelites are not associated with mainstream Jewish community, which they're not the true people, and they do not meet the standards that are used to identify people as Jewish by the Jewish community. And who's the Jewish community? And I gotta stop saying that. They'll probably take the video down. But who the hell are they people? Who the hell are they? Small hats. They don't hold no weight when it comes to the Bible. They don't even read the Bible. They don't even use the Bible. Okay, they use the Talmud. Okay, and they don't fit the prophecies of the Bible. And this is why they're upset. This is why they have to do stuff like this. Okay, because their lives are getting jacked up. They're getting beat up in the spirit. Okay, and we're not using guns. We're not using knives. We don't got to do that. All we got to use is the word. Okay, they are also outside the fold of mainstream Christianity, which mainstream Christianity, talking about plantation Christianity. One thing both of these so-called religions have in common is that they're controlled by the so-called white man. Okay, and mainstream Christianity was given to you by your slave owners. That's a known fact. You can't get by that. Okay, all you so-called Negroes that subscribe to Christianity, you can't get by the fact that was given to you, that the understanding of God, the understanding of Jesus, the name Jesus, all that, right? That was given to you by your slave master. Okay, you can't get by that. You can't get by that fact. Okay, so now the Hebrew Israelites, now we're coming, okay, with a completely different doctrine, but it's out of the Bible, and none of these other, Christianity, the Jewish community, the Jesuits, none of them can mess with it, okay? Because this is the time for all those lies to be destroyed, which consider Black Hebrew Israelism, to be heresy. So they deem us to be heresy. Give me a second. They deem what we're speaking to be heresy when their mainstream Christianity, mainstream Judaism is filled with nothing but heresies and dogma. Okay, Black Hebrew Israelism, and that's the word that vocab. I know vocab was saying Israelism is a non-homogeneous movement. Let me look what that word. Homogeneous. I think homogeneous. Having a resemblance in structure due to a descent from the common progenitor with subsequently modifications. Okay. Basically, they're saying that there is no structure, non-homogeneous movement with a number of groups that have varying beliefs and practices. Right, because not all Israelites are the same. Okay, one thing we do have in common is that we do claim to be the ancient people of the Bible. Various sects of Black Hebrew Israelism have been criticized by academics for their promotion of historical revisionism. Right, because we're revising history the correct way. Because the Esau, the guy lies. The history that you know of is filled with nothing but lies. Okay, first of all, he called us black. Okay, and he said that we're African. Okay, and when you have Black history, right? You have Black history in America. What is Black history filled with? It's filled with you reflecting back on slavery. Okay, and the civil rights movement. Is that as far as our history goes? We're African. What part of Africa? Okay. Well, the Africans don't even accept us. Why do the Africans hate us? Because we're not African. We're two different people. Okay, you can read that in the Zondervan Bible's dictionary. I did a video on that. Okay, multiple elders, apostles, elder bishops, brothers, heads of the camp have done videos on that. Esau, you're losing. You're losing the information war. And you're gonna do a cyber attack. Do your cyber attack, Esau. Do what you gotta do. Okay, shut down the internet. Block out this truth. Do what you want to do. Because everything is playing into the hands of Yahweh Shemal Shai anyway. And really, we want to get the hell up out of here. All your lies are being thrown down. Okay, let me get another scripture before I move on. Not gonna make this long. 2 Corinthians 10:4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. We're in war. This is war right now. Okay, the war, there's a battle and a war for your mind, the Israelite mind. It's starting with the man. Okay, and that trickles down to the woman. Okay, there's a battle for your mind. You have the truth, what we're speaking, which is not well accepted and is demonized. It's deemed as heresy to mainstream Christianity, mainstream Judaism. Okay. Okay, it's deemed as, false. Okay, they say that we have elements of Freemasonry. So this dude is continually to lie. He's always been lying on us. Okay, Jacob. Okay, but we're in a battle, a high level spiritual battle. Okay, that in the wars being waged on the minds of the Israelite man. Okay, but see, we're here, the prophets. We're here to battle against these spiritual, spiritual wickedness in high places. Okay, to convert you through constantly bringing out these scriptures. The convincing the gainsayer. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of stronghold. That's what he told Jeremiah. Okay, you're gonna pull down. You're gonna that was weird. I don't know what happened. Let's read it again. I guess the Spirit want me to go back to Jeremiah. Jeremiah. The page just went back. See that verse 10. See, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms to root out and to pull down. That's what we just read. And what in first 2 Corinthians, excuse me. Okay, 2 Corinthians 10:2. But mighty through the Most High, right? Because the power that we have through the speaking of this word is given to us by Yahweh Shemal Shai. Okay, we see this is not of men. If this was of men, according to Acts 5, right? Then you would be able to take this thing down. That's why this thing can't be taken down, because we're being actually moved by the spirit of Yahweh Shemal Shai. Okay, through the foolishness of preaching. Okay, the Lord, he literally hits us with the spirit. He literally hits us with the spirit to have us speak. Okay, and even though we're catching hell in this world, this world is everything. This whole world is against us. The Israelite man, right? The Most High, he has his spirit heavily upon us to do his will. Okay, so we're pulling down. It says pulling down of stronghold. Let's go back to Jeremiah. To root out and to pull down and to destroy, right? To destroy the lies of Esau, Edom. One of the big lies is that we're African American or we're black. Okay, or we're Negro. Which one are Esau? Which one is it? And you got Jake completely just bugged out of their goddamn mind. Okay, but this word, okay, through the mouths of the prophet, through the power of Yahweh Shemashai, we're destroying those lies. Okay, now Esau, he's upset because his witchcraft is not working like it used to work, and to throw down, to build, and to plant. Okay, and what are we building? What are we planting? Okay, we're planting and building the body of Yahushai. Okay. 2 Corinthians 10:5, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach. Because ultimately, all knees are going to bow. Ultimately, everybody is going to bow to this word, whether you like it, believe it or not. Okay, and the Most High, he has chosen the foolish things of this world to confound the things that are mighty and that are great. Okay, your so-called orators, your men in high places. Well, the scriptures say, not many noble. Let's bring that out. Not many noble are called. Not many noble. The Lord, he revealed this word unto the babes. 1 Corinthians 1:6. For ye see your calling. Okay, well, the calling is preaching his word. Many are called, but few are chosen. Brethren, okay, see how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called. You see that? So the Most High, he didn't call, the top noble men, the top mighty men, that people already regard as, such intellectuals and so much wisdom, right? But what did the Lord choose? But the Most High has chosen the foolish things, and we will be considered the foolish things, so-called blacks. I say that so-called. Okay. The poor. Okay. Those who have no influence. Okay. Of the world, to confound the wise, and they're being confounded. Now they have to say something. They have to make their move. And the whole thing with Mike Tyson very well could be set up, or it could have been just the Jake's bugged out. Who knows? But ultimately, everything is going to play into the hands of the Lord. Okay? You can do nothing against the truth before the truth. 2 Corinthians 13:8. Okay? And the Most High has chosen the weak things. This will be considered weak. They said non-homogeneous, meaning no order. Okay? This is all over the place. Okay? But see, the Lord is jacking you people up. He's jacking Esau up. Because the lies, no matter how elaborate the lie is, the truth, if the truth is just one word, it's going to break down the lie. Okay? Lies can't stand. And the Most High have chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. And the base things of the world and the things which are despised, the Most High has chosen. Yea, and the things which are not, to bring to naught the things that are, that no flesh shall glory in his presence. This is why the Lord has done this. He's brought us to a super low estate, to where ain't nobody looking for the Israelites. You telling me those black people, those Hispanic people that be on the corner yelling, speaking heresies, they're nothing but thugs. They're nothing but evil. They're nothing but whores. Look at their women. Their women are whores. They're prostitutes. You're telling me they're the children of the Most High? You're telling me that God is dealing with them? Absolutely. Okay, absolutely. Let me just wrapping it up. Let me finish this last paragraph here. I found a little interesting thing in this paragraph. Right, this has just been the Black Hebrew Israelites according to Wikipedia. The Black Hebrew Israelite movement originated at the end of the 19th century when Frank Cherry and William Saunders Crowley both claimed to have received visions that African Americans are descendant of the Hebrews in the Bible. Now, I'm not, I don't really know the history that goes back that far, but we do know that there were Israelites that knew that there were Israelites even going back into the 1800s. We always knew there were certain men that kind of knew, but it wasn't fully revealed everything unto them until now. So you see how they even have history on that. Cherry established the Church of Living God, the pillar ground of truth for all nations. in 1886. See how far that goes back. I'm like I said, I don't know too much on that. Brother knows. You can do a lesson on it, or you can type it in the comment board. And Crowley founded the Church of God and Saints of Christ in 1896. Subsequently, black Hebrew groups were founded in the United States during the late 1900s and early 20th centuries. From Kansas to New York City, by both African American and West Indian immigrants. In the mid 1980s, the number of black Hebrew Israelites, or black Hebrews, they keep calling us black Hebrews. That doesn't even make sense. In the United States was between 25,000 and 40,000. So they even had like a rough estimate of those that call themselves Hebrew Israelites. Okay, and believe you, that was in the mid 1980s. Okay, before this thing really even popped off like that. Now you did have the school, we learned from the testimony of the apostles and elders, and they talk about their elders, stuff like that. That it was popping in the 80s, popping in the early 90s, and then during 2000, kind of fizzled out. But then it started springing back up 2007 when they came on the YouTube, and then now 2022, this thing there's so many groups out there. Okay, according to the Anti-Defamation League, see now here you go. You gotta bring the small hats in there. Okay. Some, but not all, black Hebrew Israelites, and that's in parentheses, are outspoken anti-Semites and racist. Now they're calling us racist when America was founded on racism. Okay, see how these damn devils speak. Okay, America was founded on you putting people into slavery and you killing, raping, destroying people, and taking their land and their resources. So we don't want to hear that, Esau, and that's why he don't want to go. He can't battle head to head with us. Okay, spiritually. Okay, out of the scriptures, because he gets cut up. He has to make this thing seem like it's it's carnal. Okay, as of December 2019, the Southern Poverty Law Center listed 144 black Hebrew Israelite organizations as black separatist hate groups because of their anti-Semitic and anti-white beliefs. Come on, man. We know what it is. This man's spotlighting. He's projecting. Okay. Number one, there is no such thing as anti-Semitic. Okay. There's no such thing as anti-white beliefs. Okay. There's no such thing as white people. Okay. You are the Edomites, and the Most High is against you, Edomites. God is against you, Edomites. And you know what? All these nations, they're about to shoot missiles on you. Another Edomite nation, Russia, they're about to shoot missiles on you. Okay? So to hell with the small hats, what you got to say. We don't listen to you. Okay? We are the authorities, okay, when it comes to the scriptures. Okay? You're just an Edomite that's about to be destroyed and locked up and put into captivity. And then subsequently, Esau likes to use the word, subsequently, you're going to be done away with according to what? Obadiah. Read Obadiah, Esau. What was that verse? Let's bring out that verse. It's verse 18, verse 10. It's in a couple of places in Obadiah. Obadiah, verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, see, we are Jacob. You are Esau. We are Jacob, Yaquab, and you are Aisha. Okay, Adawam, Edom. Shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. That's according to the Bible. Okay, Obadiah verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. You are the Edomites. Okay, you're not white. You're Edomites. Okay, you're not Jewish. You're Edomites. Get that into your thick skull. And you know it. And they shall kindle in them and devour them. The house of Judah, or the house of Jacob, and the house of Joseph, which is all 12 tribes. They're going to devour Esau, the house of Esau. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it. So this is what the Lord is going to do. We ain't got to do nothing. We're doing exactly what we were created to do, and that is to bring out this word. Tom Metzer, a former Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan, once remarked to the Southern Poverty Law Center, "They're the black counterpart of us. How? We didn't burn no crosses. We didn't hang no black people. We didn't bust down nobody's windows. We didn't stop you from getting jobs. We didn't stop you from getting on the bus. We didn't beat you up. We didn't tie you to the back of cars and drag you. We didn't do shit. Okay, we're not a counterpart to the Ku Klux Klan. That's they actually kill people. They killed so-called black people. We're just bringing out the Bible, and Esau's hurt. But hey, Esau, you're going to be hurt, because your kingdom is going down. You're going to whine. You're going to bitch about it. And ultimately, the Most High, he's going to cross you out. So, that was a little video. Till next time, shalom to the elect.